All right, so for today's class, our learning intention states that we're learning to analyze graphs in order to understand linear relationships between quantities. And we're going to be focusing on inequalities to be specific. I'll be successful when I could graph a linear inequality, but also represent those solutions on a linear graph or inequality graph, all right? We've been focusing so much on linear graphs where we have y equals 2x plus 3, for example. What if we had something that says y is less than 2x plus 3? Now, those are the things we're going to be focusing on for this class. So I'm going to share this link with you, but give me a second. So what we've been doing, we've worked with linear equations, all right? So for example, if we had y equals 2x plus 3, we go through, we know that this is how we'll plot that graph. The slope is 2, right? And then the y-intercept is 3, okay? What if now I switched it around and I made it into an inequality? What if I had y is greater than 2x plus 3. Okay, so what it did, it went through and it highlighted all the region that is greater than the line. All right, so I'm going to take out the red line and only leave this line. It says y is greater than 2x plus 3. So I went ahead and still plotted the line. So the y-intercept is still 3, right? And then the slope is still 2. However, because my equation said y is greater than, I'm going to highlight the upper part of the graph, okay? Also realize that it's a dashed line. It's not a solid line, it's a dashed line. And it's a dashed line because it's not equal to the line, it's greater than the line. If I switch this around and make it less than, so I still have that same line. However, it's highlighting the lower part of the graph. So whenever we're plotting these graphs, we want to ensure that we're plotting the line in, but then we're highlighting the region that is the right region. In this case, it says y is less than 2x plus 3. So then I'm going to highlight the portion of the graph that is less than. Also keep in mind that this line is dashed. It's a dashed line, okay? Because it's less than, it's not equal to it, it's less than it. So what if I include, now let's look at a different example. What if I had y is greater than, we're looking at this example right here on my left, y is greater than or equal to 2x plus 8. Let's see what that graph comes out to. There it is. So the y-intercept is still 8 and the slope is 2. But this time, do you realize that the line is a solid line? And it's a solid line because it's also equal to it. It's only a dashed line if it's not equal to the line, or if it's less than or greater than but not equal to. With this one, it is also equal to that line. So that's why there's a solid line. But then it also says y is greater than. So I only highlight the parts that are shaded. I only highlight the part that is greater than, which is normally the above side of the graph or the top side of the graph, okay? That's basically what we talk about when we talk about plotting inequalities and figuring out the part of the graph that works for it. The part that is not shaded would not be included in this graph because it's not the greater than portion, all right? It's this part right here is lesser than. So what if I plotted another line with it? Let's plot this line. So see, I plotted the line, and this one is y equals to, and since it's y equals to, it's just a solid line. There's no shading, no nothing, all right? What if I did that one? Ooh. So this graph, I did the y is less than 2x plus 3, so that's that dashed line because it's less than. It's not equal to, and then it's shaded underneath it because it says lesser than. If it's shaded above it, then that's greater than. So I'm going to share this link with you. It's something that you're going to be able to work through and look at. If you look at some of them are in standard form already. You go through, you click them. You see how they're shaded and how this works. Okay, some of them have dotted lines, some of them don't have dotted lines. Okay. go through and you'll play around with this. If you have any questions about any of this, just let me know.